So we're told that there are 10 to the 21 molecules of hydrogen, and this is rounded to the nearest power 10. So we can conclude from this is that the number of hydrogen molecules has to be between 5 times 10 to the 20, and it has to be less than 5 times 10 to the power 21, because only these numbers will be rounded to 10 to the 21. The same thing we have for the oxygen, same condition. So we'll start with this piece, and the question is about their sum. So if you were to add these up, which is what I'm interested in, that would be between 10 to the 21, and here this would be 1 times 10 to the 21. So the question is, what is their combined sum total false? So obviously, with just this piece of information, it could either be 10 to the 22 if it's more than 5 here, the sum, or it could be 10 to the 21. So it's between those two. So we'll start with statement 1. We're told that the number of molecules of both hydrogen and oxygen are both less than 3 times 10 to the 21. So if I add these two up, that gives me a constraint on their sum, which is 6 times 10 to the 21. So this piece has been replaced with an upper limit of 6 times 10 to the 21. That stays here. But you'll note here, if this sum is, let's say, 3 times 10 to the 21, well, that's rounded to the nearest power 10, would be 10 to the 21. But if it's closer to 6, for example, 5.8, that would be 10 to the 22, because it exceeds 5. So 1 alone is insufficient. If we look at 2, it says the number of hydrogen molecules is more than twice the number of oxygen molecules. This should have been a subscript. So we can again kind of just do this with examples. We have to forget about statement 1 now. So for example, here one example could be number of hydrogen molecules is, let's say, 3 times 10 to the 21. And then oxygen could be 1.2. As long as I satisfy that condition, it's more than twice. So here they add up to 4.2 times 10 to the 21, which would be rounded to 10 to the 21. Now we're looking for a case where I can get them to 10 to the 22, for example. So for example, and hydrogen could be 5 times 10 to the 21, and oxygen was, let's say, 2 times 10 to the 21. Now these two add up to 7 times 10 to the 21, which will be rounded up to 10 to the 22. So we have, again, 2 different values. 2 alone is insufficient. Now if we do 1 and 2 combined, we have this constraint that we have, this is double. And we also have these constraints. So if number of hydrogen molecules is less than 10 to the 21, then number of oxygen molecule has to be less than half of that. So 1.5 times 10 to the 21, which means their sum has to be less than 4.5 times 10 to the 21. And we already had this limit from the main stem, which means here that number goes from 1 to 4.5, and no matter what it is, this will be rounded to 10 to the 21, because that is less than 5. So combined, the 2 statements are sufficient. The answer is C.